Do you ever feel like life is too crowded, stuck in a routine that drains your energy and causes anxiety? Perhaps it's time to take a moment, take a deep breath, and reconsider how we live our lives. In an era filled with busyness and pressure, we often forget the simple wisdom of Stoicism. Among the glitter of modern life, this ancient philosophy offers a bright light that gives meaning to simplicity and peace of mind. We all want long-lasting happiness, not just momentary flashes of pleasure. Let's pause for a moment and face ourselves honestly. What is really making us anxious? Who is causing the hurt in our hearts? What really gets us excited? Don't worry, we're going to address all of these things. Together, we will explore 5 key points that can help us simplify our lives and find true peace. So, let's start this journey together. 1. Reduce attachments and social activities. It is important to realize that too many attachments and social activities can be an exhausting burden. While having a lot of friends and commitments may seem fun, psychologically it can be very draining and even dangerous. If a large part of our day is spent on other people's business, then we may have lost the freedom to take care of ourselves. Reducing the number of attachments and commitments is not a sign of weakness, but true wisdom. It gives us the opportunity to focus on our own needs and happiness, and makes room for personal growth and reflection. By reducing excessive social activities, we can find inner calm and true peace in our lives. So, don't be afraid to prioritize yourself and take steps to maintain our mental and emotional health by reducing the burden of unnecessary attachments. 2. Getting enough sleep. Adequate sleep is not just a physical necessity, it is the foundation of our mental and emotional health. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, we often overlook the importance of adequate sleep. 7 hours of quality sleep is an investment in our well-being. Sleep is not just about turning off the lights and closing our eyes. It's a natural process where our brain processes the experiences and emotions we've had throughout the day. By getting enough sleep, we give our mind a chance to reorganize and renew itself. However, we often find it difficult to get adequate sleep. Sleep disorders can lead to increased anxiety, fatigue, and even long-term health issues. Therefore, it is important to prioritize sleep and create an environment that supports quality sleep. By recognizing the importance of adequate sleep, we can improve our overall quality of life. So, let's commit to giving ourselves enough time to rest every night, so that we can wake up refreshed and ready to face the day with renewed vigor. 3. Reduce media exposure. In this age of information overload, the habit of checking our phones and consuming news can be detrimental to our mental health. Every minute is spent responding to the latest news shock that is often full of violence and failure. However, we have to ask ourselves, do we really need all that? Do we have to burden our minds with stories that have no direct impact on our lives? Isn't our life already complicated enough without any additional burden from outside? When we are constantly exposed to information overload, our minds get tired and find it hard to rest. We need to start realizing that we have control over what goes into our minds. Reducing media exposure is not an act of withdrawal from the world, but rather an act of maintaining our mental balance. By reducing our media exposure, we give ourselves the opportunity to focus on the things that really matter in our lives, such as real social relationships and personal development. 4. Time to think. It's not easy to give ourselves time to think in a life full of busyness and distractions. However, finding a moment to reflect is important for our mental health. When we take time to think, we give ourselves the opportunity to explore thoughts that we may have been avoiding or ignoring. Thinking consciously about what makes us anxious, who has hurt us, and what really excites us helps us understand ourselves better. This is a time when we can sort through the feelings that are hidden in our minds, making room for deep reflection. As we sit quietly, observing our thoughts closely, we allow ourselves to understand ourselves better. It's not just about finding answers, but also about appreciating the process. In this simplicity of thought lies true wisdom. So, don't hesitate to take the time to reflect, for it is there that we may find the peace and understanding we seek. 5. Managing expectations. Managing expectations is the art of realizing that happiness does not always lie in great achievements or glorious fame. Sometimes the greatest success is maintaining mental health and remaining a sane person amidst the hustle and bustle of this world. It is not a sign of defeat to choose a simple life, but rather a wise move that leads to true wisdom. In this competitive world, we often get caught up in the race to be the best, without realizing that true happiness can be found beyond the spotlight and the glitz. Living quietly and simply makes room for inner peace and real connection. By choosing to focus on deeper happiness, we free ourselves from the pressure to always seek external recognition and success. So, let's choose to live wisely, maintaining a balance between ambition and serenity. Because in the end, true happiness is not about winning the race, but rather about finding peace within oneself. In closing, let us reflect on the wise words of Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher who said, "The happiness of life lies in the quality of the mind. Train yourself to think positively and enjoy the simplicity of life." Let us together find peace in simplicity, look at life with eyes full of wisdom, and choose to live wisely. Now, I would like to ask you a question, my friends. What small steps can you take today to simplify your life and find true peace? I'd love to hear your views and experiences. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit the like button if you find this content useful, as well as subscribe to get the latest updates from us. Also, share with friends and family who might need a little inspiration to live a simpler and happier life. Thank you, and see you in the next content.